Welcome to another fine episode of Desert Island Dickheads. And we've got one hell of a guest today.
We have.
Who is it?
We've got Glyn Protheroe. Have I said it right?
Well, it's Protheroe. It's
Protheroe, sorry.
What,
It's
no relation?
Not to Brian, no. Pinball, no.
Yes.
So it's just me. The oldie Protheroe in Aldersbrook. There you go.
And where does your name come from?
It's a Welsh, I think Welsh and Italian, I believe. My brother
Very exotic.
traced his genealogy back to, 17th century. We're all crazy people then. So I don't know. Yeah, but there you go. It's a strange name, but no relation to Brian
Yes,
Protheroe.
so
Great record though.
Yeah, that's really good.
Glyn is another local legend, musician, and been in several bands and still in several
still
bands.
going.
So
Yeah.
Before we start, before we go
yes.
anywhere, we must, because we don't want any legal comebacks, please read out the terms and conditions.
Right, okay. I, Mr. Protheroe, promise to subscribe to your channel. I promise to leave a comment. I promise to give a thumbs up. And I promise I will ring that bell.
ring
Ding
that
dong, ding dong.
Ding dong.
There we go. Notification bell, that is.
Yes.
Right. Thank you very much. And
Right.
It's great to be here.
Well, let's crack on with our first question.
Right.
Can you tell us about your earliest musical memory?
Right, score back in the mist of time. No, it was back in South Wales. Mum and Dad were singers in the South Wales circuit. The Barry X Services Club, Barry Island.
Oh, that's famous now, isn't it?
Yeah, every see my voice goes into a Welsh lilt when I mention
I did
Barry,
notice
you see.
that.
So they were performers, what, like in a duo?
Duo, like sort of doing musical songs,
It's
musical.
in your blood.
Who were they? Shirley Bassey and Tom Jones?
Dick and Vi, yeah.
Dick and
Violet. My dad used to call her Violent Violet. She was lovely. But they used to do all this. My dad used to do an Al Jolson thing, everything, and my mum used to sit there and sing songs, and it was great. It was a good time, and we didn't have babysitters then, so we were
You went with
I went with them, yeah. I had my packet of crisps and we pop and
That
watched.
sounds really fun.
My dad cracking his jokes, pre Derek and Clive,
Yeah.
and it was fun. It was good, and it was a
The
good
glory days.
The glory days. And one day my dad said, "Right, my son's going to come up and give you a song." And I didn't know anything about it, so I'm really nervous and I'm sort of knocking my knees together. And it was one of them old microphones with the on and off switch. So if you remember a comedian called Norman Collier,
Yes.
it's a sort of So I was like, so I was like that. And the song I sang was Wolf Harris, Two Little Boys.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a nice
bless
song.
him.
Two little boys had two little toys. Each had a wooden legs.
We know this song.
Talking about Rolf, I read an interesting fact. Do you know he had his ashes put inside an Etch-a-Sketch so people can play with his knob forever?
Oh God!
I remember the pallbearers. They had guys carrying the coffin with 3 legs, an extra leg. Yeah.
Really?
No, I don't.
Very gullible.
Anyway, no.
Well, that's a great early musical
and
memory.
it was great. Yeah, because they weren't chucking money at me. They were sort of throwing money on the stage. I thought,
Really?
2 minutes and there's 8 weeks pocket money. This is fantastic. And with
Because
that,
then you knew you
I
were
knew
going to
I
make
had
your
do it.
living from
Money in
rock and roll.
Wales.
Money, yes,
Wow.
it was.
Must have been a long time
There was a
ago.
couple of cattle, a bit of sheep as well.
Yeah.
They bargained with those in them days. But so there you go. So that's what got me the bug of performing and playing in front of people. There you are.
So what was the first single you bought with your own money?
Oh, my own money now. That was probably the money
We know
I
where
bought.
you got your
It was
money
probably-
from now.
Yeah,
Tracked onto
I
the
thought I'd
stage
get
at
a couple of
Barry.
singles, it was down in a shop called Reader Fusion, and they had those carousel, you pick a single, don't you? And they go,
Yeah.
And I thought, I know this one. It was Hurricane Smith, Don't Let It Die. And that was I just loved the song. And he had a very gravelly voice, don't let it die.
I don't know that, do you?
Now, Hurricane
I do know
Smith,
it,
yeah, as you might know, Hurricane Smith is Norman Smith, who produced Piper Gates of Dawn by Pink Floyd.
I think he produced, he worked on some early Beatles
Were they
stuff as well.
related?
He did, that's right,
Yeah.
he did. Exactly, yeah.
Reach number 2.
That's right, 'cause I got the book about Ken Scott.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a really good book, it's called A to Z, Abbey Road to Ziggy Stardust. Great book.
Do you know who his sister is, Hurricane Smith?
No, go on.
Hurricane Katrina.
So was Hurricane Smith the brother of the other one you mentioned?
No,
Or the same
that was his
person?
real name.
That was his name. Yeah.
Oh, it was him that
Norman
produced.
Smith. Yeah, I think.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Was it?
Okay.
I'm
I'll have to
doubting
have a
myself
listen
now.
to that.
Yeah, and it was a lovely, like, whimsical. But it's quite like environmental issues in the song. You know,
Really?
it's about. It was quite insane if you ever listen back to it. Yeah. Just get
Do you
on
remember
Spotify.
how old you were?
Oh, that would have been that 1970. I was really about 8 years old. then.
71.
71,
Yeah.
8, 9. Yeah.
Lovely. So, what about your first album you bought? With
Oh
your own
no,
money?
that was for my pocket money. Not pocket money, my paper round money. They used to send you out to work very, very young in those days, up the mines at 6. And I went to my local newsagent, got a little job there, and I bought Abbey Road. I saved up 50 pence a week for about 4 weeks, and I went to the shop and she said, "Oh, it's 50 pence. There you go. Do you want to see? There you go." And she put it back in the bag and went to the counter, you know. So I thought, oh God, and it was great motivation. That's why I got teeth. I didn't buy it on sweets. So so I thought, yeah. And I suddenly got this Abbey Road album. Took it back, got my tennis racket out, faced the mirror, and oh, it was great. It was a wonderful. You know, it's just like money well spent. That was.
So many of our guests
I've chosen album. Yeah.
well chosen Beatles
Beatles,
albums.
of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we went to the Abbey Road
Studio.
experience.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I realised just the other day, we went to Abbey Road and I actually stood at the crossing and I never walked across it because I was filming you.
Yeah.
I felt like Michael Collins. Do you know who Michael
Yes.
Collins is? He's a geezer who went up to the moon landing and he had to look out the window while the other two were playing golf.
Yeah, the glory.
He
holes.
he never got to go. Imagine going all the way to the moon and you didn't get
But you
out.
know, I didn't enjoy walking across it that much because I didn't realise it was really crowded and like loads of people in a queue to do it,
Yeah.
and with their friends with cameras the other side, and all the cars were beeping and really angry.
Oh, I know.
So it was really stressful, but I did do it. got a photo to show.
Yeah, number 2 studio went in once and I had a look around all the gear, and there was an evening of Ken Scott. Basically, he was a producer of the album I'm going to show you later, and he worked with the Beatles a lot, and it was a great experience because he had all the analogue stuff out there, you know, the mellotrons and the Hammond organs, the piano that was on Lady Madonna and things like that, and it was like, you know, it was a great. I think it was like £80 for that evening, but it was. Again, well worth it.
I watched a documentary on him recently.
Oh, Ken, yeah?
Yes, on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's strange, isn't it? All them people, they were like,
I know.
they just happened to be, he might have just been sat in that, walking past the studio somewhere, sweeping up, and somebody said, "Oh, do you think you can come in here and just press that button?" And that's how their careers start.
That's right, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah,
It's the same with Glyn Johns. He was,
Glyn
his
Johns,
mother
my
rang up.
namesake,
His
yeah.
mother rang up somewhere and managed, just asked if there was any jobs going.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, he starts on Monday."
Wow.
And then suddenly, you know, he's producing the
Yeah.
Rolling Stones and stuff.
That's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is amazing. Just walk into a job. Well, I suppose it's like that in the 70s. You could sort of finish a job one week, start another one, you know. But that is like...
Yeah, but not
there.
From what the likes of you and me, we wouldn't be starting them
we
sort of
wouldn't
jobs.
be doing
would
that,
we?
not be on building sites, I
Yeah.
don't know, whatever. Hod carrying or something. I don't know.
Apart from your mum and dad, what was your first live show that you went to see?
Now, I'd say live show. I would say the major one that stands out for me is Led Zeppelin, 1979, Nebworth. That was an incredible. Well, I mean, my mum and dad sort of waved me off with sandwiches. Mind you, I was about 17 then, but they waved me off with sandwiches. Have a good time. I said, yeah, and I won on this coach, and there was all this smoke on the coach. I went, oh, this is going to be a good trip, yeah, and it certainly was, yeah. So I went along to Nebworth Park with a few friends, and it was a great bill. It had Johnny and the Asbury Dukes, Commander Cody, Todd Rundgren, just off the top of my head now, and Keith Richards' Barbarians.
Yeah, can you remember them?
Yeah, just about through the haze of Magic Mushroom Sandwiches. It was great. Yeah, it was. I do remember them, and they were good. And I remember Todd Rundgren, and yeah, it was kind of crazy.
What sort of year was that?
1979.
Oh, was it?
August
Because
1979.
I went to the Stones at Nebworth. It was like one of me. I think that put me off live outside live shows because it was like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And I don't think they came on till midnight.
Oh right. Oh,
By which time we'd already
given.
given up the.
Yeah.
You know, we'd lost the will to live. So I really did.
Yeah.
But Lynyrd Skynyrd were on.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to go and see the film, the Led Zeppelin film?
Yeah, I'm very intrigued because I think it's early, like up to 1972, isn't it? I think.
Is it?
I think so. It don't go
Was
beyond
that lead on the phone.
It's Jimmy Page.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Page.
A bit of feedback.
That wasn't their real name, was it?
Yeah, who played guitar on, with Tom Jones. It's not unusual. There you go.
Did it?
Jimmy Page, yeah. He's the one who goes. That's Jimmy Page.
Yeah.
Do you know Tom Jones? Because you're both from
Oh,
the
I
same
did not
country.
know. No, Pontypridd. He was from Pontypridd, you see. Yes, he wasn't the one Barry, you see.
Right,
No.
lovely. So in those days, would you have identified as a teddy boy, a mod, a rocker, hippie, glam rocker, punk, heavy metal kid, goth, blue romantic, or soul boy, or anything else? Did you have those things in Barry?
I kind of, yeah, they did. They were a bit behind their time, though, you know. We didn't get the internet to...
I can imagine Ted's for
90s,
some reason, because it's seaside, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, Teddy Boys. There was a lot of like ska on that time,
Yeah.
late 70s. But I was like a bit like Bowie actually. I sort of went, oh, I had nothing. I'll go into my next phase and stuff like that. But I would say my main, I mean, I was like a sort of clad sort of, you know, I was into glam rock, yes, and I had the makeup and everything like that, and then I was into heavy rock and metal. I had long hair and, you know, double denim and patchouli oil.
That one with double denim.
Yeah.
I still
You're a
wear
big
double. In fact, I've got denim underpants and socks.
I made that a denim amp once.
Yeah.
And that with
Have you
jeans
got?
on.
You haven't got any pictures of you as
Well, I've
in
got,
any of these
I've
modes?
got something. It's not. Well, my hair's a lot shorter now. Well, it was short then, but that's. Well, I can show you now. I'll show you the camera. That's me busking in Cardiff Market.
Look at that handsome young
Look at
fellow.
that. Oh, lovely.
Cardiff Market.
Cardiff Market. And that's my 12 string, which had 7 strings on it.
Yeah, so it is.
And
So it has.
so that was me. Live and the World T-shirts on there as well.
So you look more like there, like a bit of a new romantic.
Yeah, new romantic, I'd say. Yeah, but before then I was, well, I got the denim there, so you see it's very faded denim on my,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's all, all different, I kind of, like, not a chameleon, but I was more of a comedian than a chameleon, I think. But there you go. Yeah, so there you go. That's all.
Great. Now, the romantic question next.
Oh,
Is there a song that you fell in love to?
Well, there was my memories in infant school, in Jenner Park Infant School, for all you people listening in Barry. It was, I can't even remember her name, Lindsay Dainton, there you go, God, I remembered it. And she, you know, it's one of them infatuations you get, like, that last about a week, and then you're dumped, you know, it's that kind of thing. You know, you put a little, you know, toy ring inside a desk, you know what I mean, out of a Lucky Dip bag or something.
We never
Then,
did that.
I remember...
In London town.
The song was Bobby Goldsboro, Summer the First Time. Now, you might know that one. If I go, da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, was a hot afternoon, last day of June, and the sun was a demon, da-da-da-da-da-dum.
That's Tony Blackburn's record of the week, that was. Yeah.
How can you remember that?
I can remember it. Yeah.
Wow,
and
right.
Changes by Bowie was Tony
Right,
Blackburn's
yeah.
record.
I can understand that one.
Changes.
I always found that song a little bit creepy, that some of the first
It was,
time.
because
You
it
know
was all
that,
about an older woman, wasn't it?
what's that? Yeah, the older woman, and she was walking along, and he said, and I first saw her eye, and I thought it was winking,
King.
and I imagined her being a bit like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I gazed at her tulips or something, because she drank on a julep.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It was all very music, you know, very romantic.
Dreamy,
songs,
but then
dreamy, but-
sinister lyrics.
And then I finished a week later. We broke up, and it was Bye Bye Baby.
No,
Bay
basically
City
was.
Rollers.
Classic.
So, what song would you like to be played at your funeral?
Oh, no, I think When I'm Dead and Gone, McGuinness Flint. Yes, a song.
Yeah.
If I'm invited to the funeral, I'll bring that along because I've got it on.
you
I've
can
got it
actually,
on.
I'll tell you can sing it if you want.
All right, I've got it on 7
How
inch.
does it go?
You know that, whoa, when I'm dead and gone, I don't want nobody to know, 'cause I'm not dead.
It's
great, it's fantastic.
Is I'm Not Dead?
Is it mandolin?
I'm Not Dead. Yeah, it sounds like a kind of a Faces thing, doesn't it? Like
Yeah, it does, yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
absolutely great, man.
Yeah, it's great. So there you go. It's probably an in-joke. It probably won't be that when I go anyway. But there you go. But anyway.
Right. Who first inspired you to pick up an instrument? What instruments do you play first? Do you just play guitar? Or
yeah, it was an acoustic guitar. It was my brother who couldn't get on with it, my lovely, lovely brother, and he couldn't tune it. So he said, "Oh, can you tune this?" I went, I got the pitch price. Yeah, anyway, so I tuned it up and I was playing, I think the first thing I picked out was Sylvia by Focus. Now, if you remember that one, it was like a down, 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 down. Yeah, you got it, all the prog stuff. And I was playing that within about 2 weeks and he was like, "You bastard." Anyway, he said, "Oh, you may as well have it." So he gave it to me for my 9th birthday and a copy of Ziggy Stardust, Spiders from Mars. That's great.
Funny, because there was nobody musical in my family. In fact, nobody musical within 50 miles, I don't think, where I grew up. But and I bought a guitar about 15 years old. I had it for 12 months. I got the Burt Wee Playing a Day or something, wasn't it?
That's right.
And after 12 months I gave up because I got the reason why I gave up, I didn't even know you had to tune it.
Oh, yeah, just play it.
So it was just,
I
thought that was it. And then it weren't until a couple of years after that we went for one guitar lesson and the geezer sat there tuning. I thought, what's he doing?
Yeah,
he tuned the guitar and suddenly it all became clear. But so that was the wasteland I was living in.
But I mean, it showed you had an ear for it then.
Yeah.
Did your brother ever
used to be
develop
very painful for
an
him, though. But yeah, my brother, he didn't get on with it, so he said, "You can have it, my blessing." But the thing is, the strings were about an inch away from the fretboard. So that song, I played my first real 6-string, played My Fingers Bled.
Oh yeah, Brian.
Yeah, summer was 69. There you go. Probably was it around that time? Close to that time. So I thought, oh, that's just what playing guitar is. And then this guy came on to my house who was, in them days we had electric meter, so we'd come and empty the meter, the 50p's and all that. And he said, "I play guitar." He said, "Oh, what's your guitar like?" And he said, "This guitar is a shed boil." He said, "It's an absolute shed." He said, "I'll bring my guitar over next time." And he brought a lovely, I don't know if it was I think it was a Martin actually. And it was like, oh, it's like butter. It was like, you just something like, oh, that feels better. What have I been doing all this time? You know what I mean? And I thought, that's nice.
I'm sure you developed a firm grip though.
Yeah, oh yeah.
In your fretting hand.
Fretting,
Who was he, this bloke?
He's an electrician.
Oh, he's
not an electrician. He was a guy who used to empty the meter.
Oh yeah.
Meter collector.
And it's strange, all these little things. I forgot about that emptying the meter thing.
Yeah, you put 50, and the lights would just go out. Oh,
yeah.
50p in.
But also what's strange, all these, so much talent around in them days, because our last guest who we had on, Keith.
Good old Keith.
He was influenced by his Milkman, was the geezer who got him into
project.
it. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, and then you've got the electrician.
Yeah. God.
We were expecting people to say like Keith. Oh God, I've forgotten his surname. Keith
Coffee.
Richards and stuff.
Yeah.
For this question, but it's nice that there is by
normal
people around them.
Yeah.
Lovely. So, can you tell us about your proudest musical moment?
Now, I joined a band in 1994 called ReGenesis, and I was the Peter Gabriel, all the flower masks and the makeup and the theatrical stuff, which
so they were
I would never have done if I hadn't gone up that night, and sang that song.
Yeah, they were a Genesis. Explain what they are.
Yeah, they're a Genesis tribute band, but the Peter Gabriel era, so 1970 to 75 time when he was in the band. I have a caricature of me. Look at that.
And you was Peter Gabriel?
Yeah, and if you look at the thought bubble, that's what I was thinking. Now that was actually
of a sheep.
Yeah, it was actually drawn by my guitarist called
Is that because
Steve.
you're Welsh? Was that a bit of a
It was
tease?
a bit of a tease. Yeah, I think that's on your mind, not the words of Peter Gabriel.
Gentle tease.
Gentle tease. And he was a great chap, and he was a great caricaturist. He was a great artist.
Oh, I like that you're holding a tambourine.
Yeah, I'm holding tambourine, and my
and
lead
your beer.
is the beer is it's like nearly. I used to knock it over my mic lead. So that was his view from the stage when we played, and we were really successful. We played and we were like top 10 tribute acts in Mojo magazine, if you remember that.
Really?
One. Yeah, and next to like Roll Gold and you know, bootleg Beatles
Wow.
and what have you, and Abbas and stuff. So that was good because there was not a Genesis tribute at the time in the early 90s. There's quite a few of them now.
Is there?
And so we played the Astoria. That was a proud moment because outside, it was the LA2 actually. The story was on the end.
Right.
And then you got LA2, which became the Mean Fiddler, which although that's in Harlesden, but it was in Charing Cross Road.
Yeah.
Which they anyway moved it or whatever. So and it was about 800 capacity, which was great for us. I was like, what? So and outside there were people queuing up on a Friday night, and they were like, one or two couldn't actually get in. I thought, oh, and we were looking out the window there and say, sorry, they're shooting out from the window, and I thought, God, we've actually sold something out.
Yeah.
We've sold a venue out, which is great because we started off in the Swan in Fulham, Black Horse Road, Standard, Royal Standard.
All right.
Places like that, so all different places like that, yeah. And then we built up a following, and it was like a bit of a cult following, and I say that very carefully. And it was, a lot of these, you know, people of a certain age come to see us, you know, with their mates.
Is the band still going?
Well, they've actually split up fairly recently. They had a new singer for a while, but I've reformed a Genesis band with a couple of other members. The roadie of the last band is on the keyboards now, Andy, and there's a few people. They're all down south, sort of, you know, guitarist from Portsmouth, a bass player from Bognor, great drummer Simon from Brighton, and the keyboard player Andy's from Glastonbury. But we all meet up in a place called Pease Pottage. I don't know if you know that. Very straight, it's like peas pudding there. Pease Pottage near Gatwick Airport.
And have you got the same name?
We're called the Genesis Tree now, which
Right.
is that's a bit different.
So if you were getting all this success,
I don't do that anymore.
because I firmly believe that the only way people like us of our age
Yeah.
can make money is being in a tribute band. I think.
Yeah.
So why did you pack it in?
I don't know. I think I just got like 4.5 years of stars in the eyes. I feel like it was a bit like, oh, tonight I'm Peter Gabriel in a way, because I thought I was myself, but we had to have we couldn't change much of the songs and material because
Right.
we got from 1970 to 75. We had to start with a mega song called Watcher of the Skies. There's a big one called Supper's Ready, about 23 minutes long in the centre. We had to do stuff with the Lamb Lies Down Borderie, and we had to finish with The Knife. And after a while I thought, I just want to, you know, play some Beatles songs or something again.
Did you forget who you are?
I did after a while.
Have you found yourself again now?
I know, because
You
people
didn't
said,
turn into a lawnmower, did you? What's that lyric?
oh yes. When the sun beats down and I lie on the bench, I can always hear them talk. Me? I'm just a lawnmower. You can tell me by the way I walk.
Right.
Great. Good
Fully-
old days.
An old schoolmate of mine, but actually he was a Phil Collins tribute act. Yeah, he robbed a bank and buggered off to Brazil.
Pastor.
I don't get that, but you can explain later. So what band are you in now?
The Genesis Tree. Yeah.
Oh no, I
And,
meant you're in
oh,
another one, aren't you?
well, I'm in the duo.
Yes, that
Yeah, well,
one.
that's what you get to. Yeah, well, of course, I could not forget my dear Rachel. Yes, so I'm in a duo with a violinist who I met during lockdown.
How did you meet somebody during lockdown?
It's
Instead of in
impossible.
lockdown?
I know it's impossible. We're in a. No, you're allowed to have 6 in the garden. That rule.
Oh, the bubble.
The bubble. Yes, we formed a little garden bubble of people with their own marriage. No, we had lots of people in the garden, 6 of us, and and we all had a little circle. There's a guy called Phil Erickson who it was in Waltham Abbey. It was a mutual friend, and she was invited and I was invited, and we didn't know each other, but we had sort of connections with people that, you know, eventually when we started chatting, and chatted for 10 minutes. And we sort of said, oh, okay, we'll meet up for a coffee and a walk, which we were allowed to do at the time. So, yeah, we did an old hands. We met in 2020, July 19th, and we did an old hands till, through gloved hands, till Christmas.
Right.
And we had our first peck, and life goes on.
Going back
Don't
to
be
you.
embarrassed, Rach.
Yeah,
Going
it's
back
like
to
the old days when you just had to wait, didn't you?
Yes. It
Going
was like
back to your-
old-fashioned courting. Yes.
Your Genesis Tree. Have you got you got a gig? Did you say?
Yes, we've got. Oh, yes, well, I can plug this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a gig, folks, not far away from here, a stone's throw away from Leytonstone. It's the Red Lion Ballroom upstairs, the newly refurbished, because we were going to play it on February the 1st, but it was cancelled because they had to refurbish the ballroom. So it's okay now, everything's fine, and it's April the 5th. We've got quite a few tickets sold, so you can get your tickets. It's not just a thing to say, oh yeah, they're nearly sold out. But get your tickets, because it's easy on the night, isn't it? You just scratch them off the list. But no, get your tickets. It's going to be a fun night. I won't be wearing makeup. I might have a bit of eyeliner to tease you with. That's it. I've grown up since then.
So your duo, what are they called?
They're called Anything Goes.
And what sort of music?
And we do anything from tangos, Beatles, instrumentals.
Because you've got Rachel, obviously, who's a brilliant violinist.
Oh yes. Thank you for that. I'll put the checks in the post.
She is.
Yeah, she's lovely. Yeah, and it's a good chapter in my life now, and it's I love the contrast of doing that duo work, which I love doing, to this Genesis stuff, which is like, really.
I've got to say, if you're all over, spread out. I mean,
good.
I couldn't be in a band unless we all live in my kitchen. I couldn't be asked to be in a band with somebody who lives 20, 50 miles away.
Yeah, I'm with you. It's crazy. I mean, it's the love of the music, I suppose,
Jeez.
Johnny. It's
don't know if you get the strength.
It really is. Well, we meet halfway. I'm the longest one who has to travel.
Oh, right.
But I don't mind it. It's nice. 2 hours down the road. It's fine, and we rehearse for about 5-6 hours at a time.
Right.
But it's good. It's good to be around people who share that passion. That's what keeps it going. If we were into the music, I wouldn't do
Genesis Tree. Oh, before we go any further, we've got our very first voicemail message.
Hey everyone, it's Paul here, Paul from London. I'm just really, really thrilled with Emma and Johnny's Desert Island Dickheads. You've got to tune in, watch it, you'll love it. Bye.
How nice was that? Fantastic.
Wow.
Lovely. Thank you, Paul from London.
Thanks, Paul. Hey, talk about another Paul. No, I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay, do you have a favourite album artwork?
Ah, yes, I do.
And have you brought it with you?
I have brought it with me in its original state, believe it or not.
Oh, I thought I saw that.
I have refurbished this. I've bought 3 copies of this since then. But that wonderful cover there was
amazing.
So inspiring for me at the time. I looked at I thought that was in Spiller's Records in Cardiff, which is a very old record shop. And I thought, I was intrigued by it, and my brother helped me out. He said, oh, Changes on it. I went, yeah. He said, oh, You Pretty Things. I went, yeah, I know that one. He said, yeah, good.
So why did that inspire you, that?
I don't know, I just thought, well, my mum said to me, oh, that's a pretty cover. She was with me at the time, and all my hands, out of British Home Stores for lunch, and she went, oh, that's lovely.
That's why Mum's buying. I used to get all my albums.
Lovely hair he's got, isn't it? I went, yeah, it's not that colour really. I didn't know that though. So it's all pastel, isn't it, and stuff. So he said, you can have hair like that. And my mum was a bit of a, she was
progressive.
Progressive, and she went, yeah, you can have hair like that. I'll take you to Boots, and she got me a Born Blonde box of hair dye. White yellow straw my hair was like then. And I went to school next day, and my teacher said, get your hair cut, lad. And then I got my hair cut that evening, and I came to school next day looking like a punk.
Yes. So you had you dyed your hair.
I dyed my hair.
My hair dyed in 1982.
So I'm just looking for what would be my favourite song on this. It's so hard. I think
Quicksand's
I'm
mine.
going to have to. Yeah, I think it'd be Quicksand.
Yeah, I'm not.
But Life on Mars. No,
Life on Mars is great. Oh, they're all good, aren't they?
Funny enough, I saw a thing on what's it called? YouTube. It was like 10 terrible tracks by great artists, and Cooks was in it.
Oh, I
I
love
thought,
that.
what are you talking about? It's a classic.
It's a brilliant song.
Rubbish.
That one.
Yeah,
I love a story.
If you stay, you won't be all together, 'cause we believe in you. Soon you'll go,
It's
etc.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's a classic.
So
You know, to be right
it's only
beside-
4 hours long. This.
To be right beside like Quicksand, which is long, really quite disturbing. Some of
It
it.
is, isn't it? I'm closer to the golden dawn.
Oh.
But they're etched in my memory, those words.
Yeah.
So, it's an album you play over and over when you're young. And when you're young, you can take on, you can absorb words,
Yes.
can't you? Remember them, like, what that
Especially when they're set to a good tune.
was. Oh, yes.
Favourite all-time band or artist? I know this is really hard, this question.
Well, it has to be the Beatles for me.
Again!
I know, you got it again, I know. I don't know. I'm just gonna get my thoughts together on this.
I've heard you sing many a Beatles song,
Yeah.
and your passion for
Yes.
it shines through.
Oh,
must be said.
thank you. Yeah.
And with
Well,
Rachel's violin, it's really
Oh,
lovely because
yeah.
it's a different instrumentation, and it's just lovely.
This is amazing because last night we were at the Loughton Folk Festival doing a little floor spot, and we'd done Eleanor Rigby, and it sounds great because I used to play that on
Did
my
she
own.
do?
Yeah, all the bits. You know, picking up all the best bits. I thought, and people saying, "Wow, that's a really good version." You know, for two people to produce that. But without it, it's now if I play acoustic, I couldn't go out on my own really.
Yeah,
now,
that's
because
the
I
problem,
think
isn't it?
everything's disappeared. I'll be expecting this because she's a great soloist. So, you know, if you're playing chords, you can't suddenly stop and go into solo and then go back. It's crap, you know. So
And you can play a Blackbird, can you?
I can play Blackbirds, yeah.
Wow.
You get me into that, you know.
Yeah.
And I was part of a Beatles tribute for a while
Do you?
as well, but I couldn't play left-handed. They
No.
didn't pay me enough, so I did that for a while.
What, you played bass?
Yeah, the McCartney tribute.
Right-handed?
Right-handed, you know. And I had a mate who was an Elvis impersonator, Nicky, lives in Hornchurch. He's great, Nicky Hart. And we went out as the Elvis and McCartney show.
Oh,
It was
right.
brilliant. So I used to go on first, and then you go on second. So, but then what I did was I spray my hair brown. I mean, it's white now. I spray my hair brown, put the old eyebrows, and suddenly, you know, you get into that kind of slight, you know.
You really do
Because it's great, you know.
start to look like it
Yeah.
when you talk like that.
Yeah.
It's uncanny.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, I got McCartney Tourette's, you know. Anyway, no, but I picked up a lot of things as a Beatles. Now, this is a great
Is this the
story.
memorabilia?
The memorabilia, yes. Now, this is great because I went to a McCartney secret gig at the Electric Ballroom in Camden. I'm trying to get all this in, and it was one of those ones you basically get the mobile number on the front of the Evening Standard, ring up, a chance to get 2 tickets to see McCartney's, you know, gig tonight in London. Phoned up 4 in the afternoon, thinking I haven't got a chance in hell. And then an hour later, hello Glyn, this is so-and-so from Evening Standard. You're lucky you got 2. I said, you're joking. Where is it? He said, oh, it's in Camden, the Electric Ballroom. I said, what? He said, yeah, only 600 people invited. I went, you are joking. You know, I didn't get to meet him, but so I ran up. I didn't find anyone I could go with because it was so short notice. And I turned up and they gave me the 2 bands. And I said to this guy in the queue, I said, how far have you come? He said, oh, from Lancashire. He said, I've got this Beatles fanzine and, you know, I'm a really massive McCartney fan. I went, right, are you on your own? He went, yeah. I said, yeah, do you want to go in? And I gave him this band and his face was like, what? You know. So this guy owned, as I say, a memorabilia shop.
Oh, yeah.
And then about 2 weeks later, I gave him my address and everything. He was trying to offer me money. I said, no, it'll ruin the karma, man, you know. So he sent me all these little goodies, like little CDs and these.
Just goes to
and
show,
these
doesn't it?
I know, a bit of
Yes.
What's that? Kindness, you know. But it's all like these Polaroid shots of McCartney coming out of his house looking really, and a lot of them he's really pissed off because you got all these Apple scruffs, is it, who are knocking on his door and waking him up. You can see that he's getting really like.
Is that
Still
the
is,
flat in
Yeah,
It's
it's
round
London?
from
his flat in
Yes, yeah, we visited it actually.
Cavendish Avenue. Yeah,
We went and harassed
his
him.
house is just round the corner from Abbey Road, there, isn't it?
that's right. Yeah. And Billy Fury.
Yeah.
It's got blue plaque
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Oh, you've done that trip, didn't
Yeah,
you?
we did. We did the
yes,
trip.
yes.
Yeah, I was amazed that Billy Fury earned that much money that he could live there.
I know. It's
Yeah,
insane.
did he have 2 hits? Didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't
I know.
remember that far back.
But then,
And he's even got his own
how much was the
statue as
property
well.
At the time, though.
Yeah.
You think you know,
That's lovely.
you probably afford it. You know, if you go back in time, you know, you probably think, how much do you want for that? Oh, 500,000 or something. I think, what? You know. Oh yes, that's it. The Sgt. Pepper sessions, Macca there. So that was nice. It was a really lovely
Yes.
gift. That was, and oh yes,
It's
treasured possessions. Yes.
it's great those. What are they?
It is.
Those secret gigs. If
Yes.
you can get in one. I got into the Rolling Stones twice, I think. Once at in Brixton,
Oh.
the club there,
Oh, brilliant.
and Shepherd's Bush Empire.
Oh, brilliant.
Which is a
Amazing.
film now, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, there's a
film,
film.
is it?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's a
great.
film of that
Yeah.
gig.
Wow.
Yeah.
You'd be freeze
Oh,
frame saying,
yes,
I was so there.
Yeah, I was there.
But this is the really special one. Now that, I had a chat with his bass roadie, McCartney's bass roadie, after the gig, because he was, you know, I am around outside. He had a secret way of going out with his roadie, so I met the rest of the band, but didn't meet him, sadly. But he said, oh, I said, oh, he's not. He said, no, he's gone to some restaurant. He said he won't be coming out this way. I said, oh, shame. I said, is that? He said, yeah, that's the his bass. He got in the boot of his van. He said that's my sole responsibility is his bass, taking his bass. And I was like, right, okay. And he gave me this pick, and he said, yes, he has used that.
Can I
said,
touch
seriously? Yeah, of course you can. It's a nice firm one. No, I'll hold it if you want. It's
No,
not.
I
It's not
can't.
special.
I couldn't.
It's not
Alright.
special.
Has it got his name on it?
It's gone home. No, he should have. I said, didn't you sign it? You know what I mean? But it's
It's
quite
just a
firm.
Fender one, is it?
Yeah, it's a Fender, fairly firm. I think he used it for acoustic rather than
Right.
bass and
Let's
stuff.
have another feel. I
Yeah,
reckon
go on.
that's a
And he said he did
70,
use it though. in
maybe
the-
a 78.
Yeah, he did use it for a couple of gigs,
0.78,
he said.
should I
He
say.
said no, he's gone to some
Yeah,
other
it's
thing.
quite, for a bass, that's quite slim, isn't it?
Yeah, and he gives him his bass on stage. And imagine it like if he's, he said, oh, he's dropped a pick or something. He said,
Yeah.
he just hands him, he's always got a handful of.
So he is your hero, really.
He
isn't
is my
Paul?
hero, Paul. I can't
Yeah.
say this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are, like Marmite with him, aren't they? Love
Yeah.
or hate. But to be honest, I saw him at the O2 just before Christmas
yeah.
on the 19th, and it was fantastic.
I've heard it was very good.
I'm on an O2 thing on my phone, so I got tickets in advance, and I was with Rachel, and everyone started getting their phones out. And this is a great story, this. And they're pointing towards our side. I went, and then 2 rows behind me, you got Ringo.
Yeah.
And I got a photo of that on my phone, which I haven't got with me now. And he was with Barbara Bach, two rows behind me, like that. And I thought, Jesus.
So has his voice
Come
not
on,
gone?
It was fine.
Was it?
Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
Because I have seen
And
some stuff where he
was
sounds
it
pretty
Olympic?
weak.
Was it Olympics again? Because there was something wrong there when
I
he
don't know.
did Jude at the Olympic.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's always been slagged for that. But his voice was really strong.
I've
He
never
was doing
seen-
things that
I-
made me
I-
amazed. Which
Yeah.
is really.
I never saw any of the Beatles. I must
Oh
admit.
wow!
No.
Right, it's been marvellous having you on
Wow!
the show.
This seems to have time's flown by.
When you're having fun,
When
We're
you're having
on to
fun.
the last question now, discussion point.
Right.
Can you recommend to our viewers something you've discovered lately?
Yeah, there's a band, a kind of retro 70s, very young guys called the Lemon Twigs,
yeah.
and they've got an album out called, I have my notes, it's called A Dream Is All We Know, and it's their most recent album, and it's a retro pop sort of, and a treat to the ears, and I got that through a mate of mine called Graham Ford, who's a local Aldersbrookian, and he's, I think he may have seen Lemon Twigs, I think, but he said they're like just refreshing, they're like sort of, they're good looking guys, American guys, but they do stuff like, it sounds like it could be like the Carpenters meets sort of, I don't know, Hot Tuna meets something else, it's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
The
Good
Lemon
vocal
Twigs,
harmonies. The
you
Lemon
say?
Twigs, yeah.
I have heard of them, but I don't
Yeah,
think I've
again,
heard.
We
of
shall look them up.
Look them up, try them out.
I'd just like to say new stuff that I've heard over the past week. I like The Darkness' new single, I Hate
Ooh.
Myself.
Oh, yeah.
And I even like Ozzy Osbourne's latest single, it's called Crack Cocaine.
Wow.
You'd have thought that Ozzy was really
Yeah,
got.
like tea and peppermint tea or something.
Yeah, but he still sounds really good. And they're doing a
I
farewell.
was just about to say that,
They're
yeah.
doing a farewell gig in
The
Birmingham.
original members.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That'd be something
Yeah, that
else.
would be good.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be great.
Did you used to be a postman as well?
I used to be a postie, a
Yeah.
singing postman.
Yes, we got something for you. You're going to have to
letter.
sign for it though.
Oh, return to sender, address unknown.
Open it up.
Open it up. What could it be?
It's
Oh,
a
my
Desert Island
word.
Dig, world famous
Oh,
fridge magnet.
so
Do you know-
thrilled.
I don't know if this is true, but was King Charles was in Walthamstow recently? Did you know that?
No, go
Yeah,
on.
I think he was at the town hall, and I don't know if this is true, but he was actually wearing one on his lapel.
No.
Yeah,
Well, that'd be a good video, wouldn't it?
it would be a good video. I've never seen it. I've looked for photos on the Google, but I've seen nothing. But he definitely was in
Well, I'm going
Walthamstow.
to really treasure this, and it's been such a pleasure to
Yeah,
share
thanks for coming, mate.
share a little bit of my
Fantastic.
musical
Thank
life
you.
with you, a lot of my life with
Been
you.
a
and,
pleasure to hear it.
Wonderful. This is like the
Don't forget, please subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next episode. Thank you.